Okay, adventurers and people that do their own maintenance. The steering head nut. In my last video, I talked about if it drops out, it's a bit of a pain to get back in. But if it does drop out, or if it comes loose at all, you really should be resetting this steering head bearing. So I've actually just pulled all mine apart. I've taken the forks off again. I've taken everything off, and then I've pulled the whole steering head out, taken the bearings out, re-greased them, and I've just put them all back in, and this is just now finger tight. So what we actually need to do is do this up to 75 Newton meters, which is a lot. And then you loosen it off about 180 degrees, so a half turn, back undone, whoop, this way. And then you tighten it up to 7 Newton meters, and that's the final setting. So what this does is make sure that those bearings are seated properly in their tapered race, and then you've got the setting. So yeah, let's do that. Hey adventurers, so let's see if my new tool, which is aluminium 5mm thick, shaped like this, from a plan that was sent to me by a subscriber, thank you very much, of the actual head stem nut tool. So here we are. I've made this up, got my bit on there, it grabs nice. Let's see if my tool can handle 70 Newton meters. Okay. That's just doing the nut up. Okay, attempt 2 this time. We've cut mostly a square hole and then driven the driver, what do you call this thing? The adapter through the plate, so it's nice tight fit. Now we'll see if we can get 70 Newton meters without just rounding something. If this doesn't work, well, I'd probably just be up for buying a proper tool, but I'd like it to work. Okay, it's doing up. Boy, look at that, 70. That is 70, awesome. I don't know how accurate this thing is, so I'm going to go to almost 80. So what this is doing is just making sure that the bearings, top and bottom, are seated properly. Oh, there you go. So difference between 75 and 80 was about 2 degrees. Okay, so now I have to undo this, which means bashing this out of here and putting it in on the opposite side. Sorry, so we don't want to undo this now. What we want to do is go back 180 degrees. So let's put a mark on here. We want that to be down at the bottom. So the tool is a 3/8 socket. I just made it exactly the same because then I can use an adapter to go up to my big torque wrench, or I can go down with a smaller adapter down to the small torque wrench to get my 7 Newton meters. Okay. Okay, there we go. So that line was horizontal, so we need to get horizontal on the opposite side. Which feels like it actually just goes completely loose. Okay, so then we need to do it up to 7 Newton meters. Okay. Well, that's 7. So there you go. So there you go. That is how to torque the head stem bearing properly. So I've done it properly now. Now I can put it all back together and have a steering dampener on here and know that these bearings are freshly greased. Cheers. And before I put this back together, one other person commented that they thought that this washer I put on the bottom was the wrong size. And they could be. So these washers are left over, and I think they are a lot bigger. I'll pull one of those off and check. Well, that's the washer I had on there, and that's probably the one that's meant to go under there. So yes, I'll put these back. Maybe I did use the wrong ones. Okay, let's compare. So that washer versus that washer. Which way should it be? So the other nut with the torque setting is this one, 148 Newton meters. That is massive. So obviously they don't want it to come undone. Yep, 148. Okay, let's go. God, I would never have done it up that tight myself. Feels like I'm going to strip it. Oh, yeah, that's it. That is tight. Cool.